Yo, John, give me a sick guitar riff.
Squiddly-diddly-diddly-dow.
Give me something more chuggy.
Chunk, 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 chunk.
Get your paint on. When you paint with your heart. Get your paint on. It's time to get your paint on every Thursday.
Hi, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Thursday.
Yay.
This is Get Your Paint On. I'm Dallas Kemp from Privateer Press. Oh, and with us today we have our video virtuoso, Tony Konachek,
Good morning.
Get Your Paint On, and our marketing maestro, John Swankles,
Oh, hello there.
Get Your Paint On. And I'm your paragon of paint, Dallas Kemp. Get your paint on.
We're full of humility this morning.
So much.
It's a wonderful Thursday, and we're feeling all confident. That's all right.
Confidence is good.
Confidence.
Confidence is how you paint with your heart and your soul and your paintbrushes.
Speaking of painting, what is this miniature you have today?
I am painting a wolf in sheep's clothing today from our little mini crate subscription program. She's totes adorbs.
And so that's the one you get as the 7th bonus figure if you get the VIP subscription, the 6-month subscription.
That's right.
And of course, the last day to subscribe in order to make sure that you get the D-Wolf in sheep's clothing and the very first mini crate that ships out in October is to make sure you sign up for at mini-crate.com by September 19th.
I still need to subscribe.
I did it.
I haven't done it yet.
I
need
did it
to.
because I want the dope box.
I know. I want the box, the dope box. I want all the miniatures.
Tell me, I don't know about the dope box. Tell me about the dope box.
It's like a little cool little crate. It's a dope little crate.
I saw like one of the production proofs down on Magellan's desk.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the final, but it's pretty sweet looking.
It's pretty cool. I like the little box because I like that kind of collect. I'm a collector, so that kind of stuff is definitely appealing to me. And the little bonus figures and just the weird little figures we're making. This is all exciting to me.
So, just in case anyone is wondering, DeWolf in Sheep's Clothing is an alternate sculpt for Gorman DeWolf.
Riker's Iron says those little crates will look good on the deck of our ship. They're not that little. Or not that big. That's a conundrum. Like a ship my size, the
Right.
crates would be too small.
Right,
A ship for a miniature, those crates would be too big.
right.
We're in a pickle.
A ship crate size pickle.
Yes.
So, did you see the insider that Mike Ryan posted a couple days ago that previewed some of Matt's concept art for the other mini crate figures?
Yes.
Which one out of those are you most excited about?
I'm super stoked for the Ashes to Ashland.
Yep. Like, out of all the ones I've seen the concept art so far for,
And I
that Ashes to
think
Ashland model
I
is
know
going to be
who's
sweet.
sculpting that, but I don't have a confirmation, so. But
On who's sculpting it?
yeah, I don't have a confirmation, but I think I know. The Ashes to Ashland looks really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the concept art is, it's pretty rough sketch style, but just, her doing the whole rising like a phoenix from the ashes kind of thing is dope.
Rising like a phoenix.
And James mentioned that the Geist of Christmas Yet to Come, based off the Feral Geist, also looks pretty dope.
Totally agree. I'm liking one super much does not mean I don't like the other one much super.
You guys get to see all the cool stuff.
It's in the insider. It's on the website, man.
Yeah, fair enough.
You too can see
You
this
have that
information.
access.
You can go to privateerpress.com.
I do. Okay. I do know how to do that. I do know how to go to our website and read insiders.
You know how to use the internet?
Meh.
Look
meh.
at you all internet.
You
over
just
here.
I just learned from you yesterday how to control tab a link.
Okay, true.
I do not know how to do internet well at all.
This is the three people literally live on the internet right now.
I compare it to driving a car. I can drive a car. I can get it from A to B. I know how to use the car, but I don't know anything about cars.
Right. The other day, I was working on a project, and so I loaded a picture into a drawing program, right? And I'm like trying to color it and try to do all this stuff. I got so angry and frustrated at the whole situation because I'm not good at computer. I'm not good at computer. That I just printed out the picture and got the markers and the P3 paints out and just like I do not need a computer program. I have a black marker. And then I showed it to everybody and everybody's like, "Oh, look at you. You're adorable."
So based off the concept art that was teased in that Insider, and the fact that at this point it's pretty safe to say that the first wave, the first 6 minis, 7 if you count the wolf in sheep's clothing, are all mercs and minions. So because you've got the swamp horror, right? You've got the feral geist, you've got the Gorman DeWolf alt that you're painting up right now, Alton Van Helsing.
Alton Van Helsing.
There's 2 more, Ashes to Ashland. And then a couple more that just escaped my brain. I'm not sure if we've actually said what those are yet. Which might be why I don't know yet.
We've shown some art for stuff, but not necessarily named
Right.
some stuff.
But at this point, I can say that it is all mercs and minions. So, needless to say, Company of Iron Group.
So far, but that means, who knows what we'll do in the future, right?
Yeah. But, I mean,
We're wild.
there's
wild
a spreadsheet of ideas that's circulating around the office. Like people like, oh, this would be dope, or this would be cool, or I need this in my life. And so seeing which ones of those, or what things that don't appear on that list that end up getting made would be super awesome.
What color are you using now, Dallas?
So the first thing I did is I put a base coat of Midland flesh mixed with a little Rin flesh as a base for my skin. And now for her little sheep onesie, I'm going to do the lighting is a little bright. Juan, you're right. Juan says the lighting's a little bright. He's having a hard time seeing. So we're gonna adjust that right now. I think it's this guy right here. Where's that little Turner knob? No, she is still pretty blown out.
That's also going to take a couple seconds.
Yeah, sorry. So anyways, base coat of Rin and Midland mixed together for skin. I did a couple real thin layers of that. And now I'm putting some Minoth white base on her little sheep onesie. Rolling with my home, rolling on, rolling through, rolling with my paint. Get your paint on.
How that works. We got there.
We made it. We're making things happen over here.
Did you say this was Minoth white base?
Minoth white base. You know what? Funny thing is, I'm going in this with like no
plan.
strategy, no plan. I'm just gonna
You're
kinda paint
freestyling this miniature.
this. Yep. Paint with jazz. It's like I'm in a rap battle with 2 paintbrushes.
What?
You figure it out. It's my analogy. I don't have to explain it.
Let's see here. Who do we got hanging out? We have Ed. Ed is hanging out.
Hi, Ed.
Hello, Ed.
Travis Marg.
Hey, Marg.
Marg.
Valerie's in here.
Hello,
Hi, Valerie.
Valerie.
We've got Zane, of course.
Hi, Zane.
Paolo's
He's not in here, is he really?
Yep.
Ah.
Not Zane Zoller.
Oh,
Not your son.
because he will be in here and he'll antagonize.
Right? couple other returning folks. We've got Sergio, Paolo, Nathan. Hey, Patrick's here. Riker's here. All these people coming out to hang out and paint.
Get your paint on, what you painting today. You paint with your heart.
Is there anybody who is actually painting with Dallas right now, sitting and listening to us and painting?
That's a good question.
And
I've
what
always
are you
wanted to know. I know we get people
If
in
you
here,
are,
but
what are you painting?
yeah, let us know. If you're making pancakes, that's also acceptable.
That's
Let us know
totally
you're
That
making
is,
pancakes.
that is entirely acceptable.
Oh man, I
It
made
is the
some
fourth
pancakes the
silent
other
P in
day,
MP3.
and they were bomb diggity. They were like almond pancakes, and they were super delish.
Are they
Brian says he's painting. Brian, what are you painting?
Yeah, tell us what. Tell us what you're painting.
James, sequel scripts write themselves. Go ahead and paint that Longfellow.
Yeah, everybody knows the sequel's never as good as the original, right? That's not always true.
No, it's not true at all, but, it's fun to pretend.
I don't know what I'm doing with this paint color right now. I'm just gonna put a base coat on, and then I think, you know what, I'm gonna whiten this up after this initial base color,
Mm-hmm.
but leave a little bit of this yellow shining through.
Well, yeah, because sheepskin.
She's so woolly. I bet this thing gets terribly hot in the summer.
Well, that's why I imagine that, she's just getting ready to go jump in the pool.
Yeah, it's impending removal.
She's like, it's summertime and it's warm in this wool suit. Time to go swimming.
Or it's wintertime, and she's putting it on.
And I've been breathing nothing but toxic fumes for days.
That's a good point. Maybe she's putting it on.
So Brian's painting up Madeline Corbeau. James is painting some skeletons. Riker's painting some stuff at work. Well, for work. Painting a canvas for release planning at my work. Does that count? Yes, it counts. Painting
Sure.
counts. Ed's digitally painting.
Sure. Not surprised.
And yes, Doris, this is one of the first ones you will get if you do the VIP subscription, which is the 6-month subscription. So this is DeWolf in Sheep's Clothing, and she is the bonus 7th mini.
Bonus round. What's the first one you get? The first one you get is this
The Swamp Horror.
Swamp
The
Siren?
Swamp Siren, yeah. Sorry, my brain is stuck on the regular name for the model.
Yeah.
Charlie's got a good question for you there about why paint black instead of white for something like this.
Because I like painting over black primer.
There you go.
It's literally it. The white primer is not going to do anything for me. I'm not going to have anything showing. So I'm not doing my zenithal painting with this. I'm just kind of actually just doing traditional paint job for this. And I prefer black for that. It lets me see where I missed better. And the primer just doesn't matter because I'm just going to put a big solid base coat on it anyway. So the primer just won't matter.
There you go.
I thought Brian says I did the VIP as soon as you set up shipping to Canada. I thought there is shipping to Canada.
There is. That's what he's saying. He did get
Oh,
the VIP
okay.
as soon as we set it up.
Gotcha.
Thank you, Brian.
You're right, Chandler. Very astute. This is not Ashes to Ashland. This is De Wolf and Sheep Clothings. But the Ashes to Ashland.
Yeah, we're all really excited for Ashes to Ashland.
All right, I'm going to put some Morrow White into my Minoth White base and make a much more white color. So this first that I think it's a sheep onesie, Joris. Joris asked if she killed a sheep and skinned it, or does she knit a sheep onesie? You know what? Your army, hashtag your army your way, brother. You can make
I
it.
imagine since
You
it's
can
the
make it
iron-
look gruesome. You can
Yeah.
make her look gruesome, like she's there's a
putting on a recently harvested sheepskin.
yeah, like a winter animal found on a certain planet and like far, far away in the space.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Long ago.
long ago.
Yeah.
You just like slice it open, pull it out, stuff your friend in there. That's how DeWolf rolls.
Is the interior treated with some sort of like protective coating, or is it just for warmth? Like again, dealing.
she's an alchemist, so of
yes,
course.
She's
dealing
an
with all these
alchemist.
chemicals.
Yeah, so of course it is.
Yeah.
It's like a hazmat suit.
Exactly.
I mean, why else have the the gas mask?
It's the fuzziest hazmat suit in the world.
It's probably comfy as hell. And you probably have to worry about like static setting off your chemicals.
That's a really good point.
Walking around shuffling your feet, just kind of doing like zap.
And stained, I think it would have to have stains and burns and random stuff on it, unless it's new.
She raises sheep just for this. It's just a constant. Just I need a new hazmat suit. Was that dark?
It might have been a little dark, but that's okay.
I'll lighten it up a bit. I was painting a couple of nights ago in the studio, and my 6-year-old daughter, came in, and she loves painting miniatures, and so she wanted to sit down and paint with me. And this was the first time I introduced her. She was very insistent that she use the P3 paints that I have, because until now I
Because
just
they're
let
miniature paints.
well, because I let her use washable paints only. Like, they're acrylic paints. You get that on your
Just trying to
shirt, on
graduate.
your clothes, or spill it onto me. So we actually, I let her do it. She was, she's been pretty serious about it. She's done it, and I had brought home a Borka bust, and also the pinata from the Dreamer box. And I thought she might enjoy painting up those, so I had them sitting around ready for her. And she actually, we primed them together, and then she started painting. But not only was I impressed with how much she was able to like be patient with the paint, and using a hair dryer to dry it off, but actually at her own insistence she wanted to keep a paint journal. So she actually went and got one of her little like Hello Kitty style notebooks, and opened it up and started painting little paint swatches in there to see if it was the color she liked. But
That's smart.
Yeah, I've been really impressed. So if you got kids out there, put brushes in their hands. They can do pretty amazing stuff.
Yeah, let them art.
Let them art. There you go. Hashtag let them art.
There was a question down below, somebody about destroying the molds of these.
Yeah. So
Curious about.
let's see here.
I missed it.
So I saw you guys post on Twitter about what to do with the molds for these models. I recommend Tannerite.
There are
That was Mr. Diaz.
Mr. Diaz. There are many, many, many ideas about what's going to happen, and I think, who knows? It might never be the same thing twice.
But what he was referring to is there is a poll on the @Privateer Press Twitter account
Yeah.
that is asking, hey, we're going to be destroying this, swamp siren mold here pretty soon. How should we do it?
I think there's only one answer, but I'm biased.
Well, yeah, and I agree with you. It's the first option, P3 weathering widget.
I agree.
But there are 4 options to choose from. There's P3 weathering widget, which, as we all know, is the best. Fire, which we're not even sure that'll work.
Well, and also we're not defining what that means.
Right. It could mean a lot of different things, but even still, we're not 100% sure that'll work.
Because I definitely threw the idea of throwing it into the sun
Right.
at Wilson.
And then,
Mr. Matt Wilson.
Option
We're
number
still
3
waiting on
is
budget approval for that.
Yeah, budget approval's going slow on that one.
Yeah. Option 3 is using a Sawzall, which will work,
That's absolutely
much like the P3 weathering widget. And then the last option is entombing it in concrete, which, I mean, could be fun and funny, but I also think that's the most boring option.
I bet we could get some lasers.
Dude, yeah, just go to like the University of Washington, go to their engineering and like, like applied physics departments,
Be like,
see what kind of cool stuff they can
can
come
you
up with.
laser this for me?
Like, dude, we can make it like, like one of their school projects. Like, can you destroy this?
Let them come up with ideas.
Dude.
Shannon Eddington says, teach your kids War Machine. They will not have money for other things. Or teach your kids War Machine and then stomp them into the dirt. That's what I say.
That's a valuable life lesson right there.
You're not always going
Prepare
to
them for the future.
I've always taught my kid, like, you never learn by winning. Like, all the best lessons come from losing. So
Get out
used
there
to
and lose lots. Yeah.
get out there and just learn to lose with grace and dignity, and learn to take the lessons from those losses and apply them for future success.
So yeah, so Nathan was suggesting launch the mold into space, and yeah, we want to shoot one into the sun because that'd be dope.
Just right into the sun, and like, that's just, or a black hole. That'd be great. All right, just kind of put some of that mix on there of my Minoth White base and Morrow White, and I'm going to come in here with a little Beast Hide. I'm going to just barely put this in here. I just want a little warmth. I'll put a little touch of Minoth White base into this.
Ed had a suggestion for destruction: liquid nitrogen plus hammer, which is
That's
pretty
pretty
solid.
good.
Good one. That's a good one.
I'm going to brush this. I'm not going to get super worried about. I'm not going to worry about super smooth blends on this. This is for me. This is for fun.
Wood chipper's a maybe. It'd have to be a pretty robust one. The molds are actually rather resilient.
You know, if we're going to be doing stuff like that, like there's a part of me that we should, oh my God. Okay, hang on. I'm working on this idea. We should just recreate famous movie scenes and we destroy the molds in that manner. See what I'm saying?
I do.
Like,
Especially Michael Bay productions. His explosions.
every one is just a recreation of a famous movie scene.
Like a famous death scene.
Yeah, and we destroy the mold in scene.
I dig it. Scarface might be kind of hard to pull off.
I got
That's what Jose threw out. I'm like,
I got a weathering widget.
You got a weathering widget, but I don't have a pile of Coke.
I just love the idea of just recreating movie scenes.
That's fun.
Game of Thrones would be cool, especially if I had a dragon. I want a dragon. I want to be able to point at something and be like, Dracarys, and I just...
If I was picking a dragon, I'd pick an archangel. Because that's one of the coolest, in my opinion, one of the coolest looking dragons. in the world. Plus Blue Fire. Blue Fire is just awesome looking.
People are jumping on your idea. We've got... So Joris threw out Game of Thrones. Shannon was like, do something kind of like the chest burster from Alien.
Do you think I could bust my head through a...
Here's Dallas. I don't know. Those, like I said, those molds are real resilient.
Real tough.
You probably like ruin your dome.
Just beat up my noggin.
Clint's like, do only Sean Bean deaths
That's pretty good.
because he dies in everything.
Just tape a picture of him to every mold first.
Yeah, so just tape Sean Bean's picture to it, put it up on like some kind of hold, and then just fill it with arrows.
The biggest bloody arrows ever made.
Joris threw out, make a real warjack and let it stomp it to death. To which I have to give the response of, if I make a real warjack, I'm out, y'all.
If we
I have
had
to
a
say-
real warjack, that
be
would be a
committing
very
crime.
big company secret we don't want anyone to know about.
That whole statement like insinuates that real warjack has not been brought up numerous times in this building.
Right. But what I'm saying is, is if I had one, I would be a villain. I would be committing crime. Because there's no way anyone could trust me with that responsibility and power.
I'm not even sure how many meetings I've been in where it's just been like, what if we just had a real warjack? And then we all just look at each other and we're like, darn it. And then we
Right.
gotta continue the meeting.
See, that goes. And so Shannon goes back to your lasers idea and says, do the cross the beams like from Ghostbusters.
I'm telling you,
Lasers might work.
recreating movie scenes. I don't know. But they're silicone rubber. Would the laser just?
If you got it hot enough.
Okay.
Just zorch.
It seems like it's not a.
It's not, like I said, we'd have to go to the UW or something and go to the applied physics.
Like,
lab
doesn't
and-
Signar use rubber molds to protect them from chain lightning?
Yeah, but that's
I don't know. I
lightning.
just
dog.
made that up.
And yes, they do have padding and stuff too.
Facts I just made up.
Terminator 2 death scene, which would be kind of like you're thrown into a volcano.
Throw it into a
idea.
volcano, yeah.
We can get that.
Ed says, Dallas, we have a friend with a laser, smiley face.
Dun-dun. Nothing I like better than a friend with a laser. All right,
So
that's
you're just
good.
doing highlights?
No, I'm just throwing some Beast Tide mixed with Minoth White base as like a little brown shade. Might be overtaking just a touch, but I think it's going to work
Looks
out
good
when,
on screen.
when I get it all tied together.
Is that something you could pull back by going
Yeah.
reclaim a little bit?
Yeah, when I go to highlight, I can just kind of over highlight a little, or I can do a reclaiming step with my base color again if I feel like it's gotten away from me.
And Robin was curious what size brush that is,
I'm using a 1 and a 2.
which is pretty standard for you.
Yeah, that's my go-tos.
All right, Tony. Very important question.
Yeah.
If you could have a real warjack, which one?
Oh, give me a minute on this one, okay? I gotta go through the mental Rolodex and pick one. So somebody else needs to go first. I'm like that guy at the restaurant who gets asked what the order is first.
Dude, come on. Helios.
Can we? Are we allowed to pick
Later.
colossals?
I just did.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. My heart says behemoth
Right. Which was where my brain almost went first, but then I was like, no, Helios, dog, laser.
because Kador, man.
Right.
But
Ed took no time to respond. He's like, Seether.
there's a part of me that really loves the Helios as well, or the Victor, or but then there's a part of me that's just like, I want a Leviathan just so we can go swimming together.
Word.
Me and my Leviathan playing on the beach. I can jump on him and he can swim through the ocean.
Wait, the Nomad is the one. Wait, no.
There it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah.
I'd go for Nomad.
Yeah.
Nomad's pretty good, but man, there's something about the idea of swimming with your warjack. I just think it sounds adorable.
Fair. Fair.
See, I have no actual reason. I just like the Nomad.
It's
It's because if I had a warjack, it'd be warjack buddy. Be like hanging out, like a new best
Let me
friend,
tell you about my best
like a giant dog.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
That's
just like, who do you want to hang out with? But you have to be big.
right, but then you can't go swim with all your other warjacks. But you can go swim with a Mariner or a Leviathan.
Well, yeah,
And that's pretty dope.
but the Nomad has two hands, which means that he could play catch, or like lift you up to a high place. Like picking apples or
Tony,
fruit.
Tony, you're like 6 foot tall, brother.
I know, Doc, I'm like sitting there like, okay, one of the 3 tallest people in the building.
You really don't need a friend to lift you up to get the cookies off the top of the refrigerator anymore, buddy.
Yeah, Helios, lasers.
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 Sweet, awesome blue I-beam lasers. There's something about I-beam lasers also that I just find fascinating.
Sergio, however, says that Tony has all the right reasons. So you've at least got one.
Thanks. I appreciate your approval and validation.
All right, there's a little Caspian flush wash on her skin. I'm going to take a little Bastion Gray. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I want a little Bastion Gray.
Ooh.
I'm going to mix that into that first shade color.
Someone chased throughout Imperatus, which made me go, ooh, Moros, I could have like a Ninja Jack.
A Ninja
Okay,
Jack.
Morris is pretty good too.
DJ Thunderhead Kern, yes, that was one of my favorites, and I did that mod as well. Wiki lightning.
Zippity zap.
DJ Thunderhead dropping the fat beats. Dropping stuff.
It doesn't really look like a DJ anymore.
No, the new sculpt doesn't. But the old sculpt, he had that, that fist pulled back, and the other one was kind of out and facing down. So you could rotate the one that was like a fist up
Right.
towards his ears and sculpt some little headphones on him, and put a little DJ tail in front of him, and he totally looked like DJ Thunderhead.
I'd go to that show.
I would too, dude. The lighting effects would be dope. DJ Thunderhead brings like the sick light show. Ed's like a Death Ripper would fit in my garage. I suppose that's a good qualification. You gotta have Death Jack storage or Death Ripper storage.
Plus, they're like speed 7,
Right,
right? You could ride that thing to work.
dude.
You just jump on your little Death Ripper.
Jump on that little bone chicken
just-
and just go running up the freeway.
Yeah. Just off you go to work. You're commuting on the back of your Death Ripper.
Actually, and
do you get-
dude,
but
do
you
you
take
get
a night wretch,
Right, I was just gonna say.
and then
like,
he shoots the acid at
Yeah.
cars like stopped in front of you.
well, I was gonna say like if you got the Death Ripper don't care about stopped cars.
He
Like
just walks
he just
up over
walk right on them.
Oh, what's the other
You're
one?
just trucking along right on top of traffic.
What's the other one? The rip with the rip jaw. The rip
Yeah.
jaw,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That way he doesn't care. Like
Well,
he just.
there's the flying ones too. The winged Death
Oh,
Ripper.
that's true.
Yeah. The Shrike.
Yeah, and then you could just, oh man.
Just crow, jack, fly to work.
So I would need one of those, and I would need like a whole bunch of carrion thralls.
I'm still working
Crick's
on-
murder birds.
I'm still working on that outside. Still trying to convince the crows that I am their friend. Someday they will accept me as one of their own. Just painting.
I see that Ed has brought us all to the side of Crick's.
Nothing new.
Nope.
Speaking of cricks, I actually pulled my cricks out the other day, and I'm thinking about doing a little update on my cricks army.
Well, I've been bouncing around to retail shows, so I haven't had much chance to work on my Risavos dudes, like my NIS Company of Iron group. But as soon as they're done, I'm moving on to my Satixis one.
I haven't quite decided, but I might be updating my cricks army very, very soon.
Oh, and yeah, just so many cool things coming out because Scar 3.
That's why I might be updating my cricks army.
Because Scar 3? She's on a boat, Dallas.
Alright, that's a little bit darker shadow there. I'm just slowly working in some rich shadow from that color I mixed up.
So I have a painting question for you, Dallas.
I got a painting answer.
'Cause maybe this
Tony.
is something other people have struggled with as well. So
Hang on, Sergio asked what paints are being worked into the shadow. I want to answer that before that gets away from us. It is a mix of Beast Hide was added to Mouth White base for the first shade, and then I just add Bastion Gray to that.
Let me update that.
And kind of
Go for Tony's paint question.
Okay, so this happens every
Sorry,
once in a
Tony.
while. That's all right. No. So I was at home painting my Company of Iron Force,
Yep.
which is gun mages.
Yep.
But I wanted to give them a Western feel, so I painted them all up in leather dusters and hats, and then sculpted bandanas around their faces. And I got through painting the boots and all those main parts, the jackets and hats, in leather, and then immediately hit a roadblock
Right.
because I wanted each of them to look a little different and not have that typical unit cohesion where they're all painted the same. But found that I was having a difficult time trying to choose what colors to paint the details and interiors, the pants, the other leather parts, the shirts, and just generally I just lost it. And so I was wondering if what advice you had for approaching painter's block mid-project.
First, walk away. Just walk away.
Nailed it. He's here now. Good job, Tony.
Yeah, right on. Thanks.
Who's here? What? What did I do?
You told him to walk away. Well, he did. He's here now.
I'm not painting right now.
He's not painting right now.
Yeah. Just walk away for a little bit, and look at references. Like sometimes if I'm stumped, I just kind of look at references, and then also just look at your contrasts, right? Like if your leathers are all red, right? Like you got your leathers all painted and they're kind of on the red side. You definitely don't want to paint your coats red, right? You need some contrast. So look at your contrast options. Maybe it's just a textural thing, but sometimes just that can inform colors, right? I mean, that's usually where I start. It's like, well, what is going to contrast with what I've done and make it look better?
Does that go for value as well?
Yeah. All the types of, there's many types of contrast. There's not just light, dark, and color contrast, right? There's textural contrast and value contrast and, all that kind of crazy stuff that I don't quite, I'm not going to claim I'm professional understanding of all that. But it's stuff to have in your mind and kind of look at. But definitely references and looking at contrast and trying to see if that can inform the decision for you, right?
Right.
But it's not that color wheel. I know you got one.
I got one.
I know you know how to use it.
I do.
Because Tony likes to art.
Because Tony arts.
You guys are always doing your little sketch jams and stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I should ought to do that. But then I don't because I'm lazy.
Sketch jams are fun.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't art. I promote other people's art.
And I'm terrible. I'm not even good at drawing, but like it just doesn't matter, right? It's just getting there and doing it and just having fun with it.
I always think about doing that kind of stuff. Just whatever I can do to use up the materials that I've brought with me, and
Right.
care way less about what comes out than I'm gonna need to replace this pen when I'm done.
Right. Oh, that's a good idea. Just kind of like if you're traveling, like bring just enough stuff to make it that you have to get rid of all of it on the way home.
Mm-hmm.
Like this isn't going to make it home. None of this is going to make it home. Kind of create that limitation.
Mm-hmm.
Constraint breeds creativity or something.
Also, and yeah, just using up your materials, right? And the same could be said for painting miniatures. Use that paint. Get a pot or two of it, colors that say like you're going to replace these colors and then use up what you've got. Just convince you to get paint on the miniature and not worry so much about what it's going to look like, but just get you doing it.
So, Tony, Joffrey's asking you, did you sculpt the hats for the gun mages?
I did not sculpt on the hats. The only sculpting I did, I do not do a lot of sculpting. So it was, I actually had to try it a few different times. I was a little intimidated by sculpting it, but I just made little triangles and then pushed them over the faces and noses, just like little bandits.
Dope.
And put those in. So nice and simple. But even that was a push out of my comfort zone for me. I would like to do a lot more converting and sculpting, but yeah, it's a new thing for me. So
And you
just
don't
need to
have
do it
to
some
be
more.
good to start. Like,
Now, practice.
I didn't know how to sculpt fire before I started my Grimkin. I didn't know. I just did it. I read an article. I read an insider, actually, by Brian Dugas. And I was just like, all right, let's do this because I want to do it, right? And then as I learned, I got better at it.
Well, same thing happened with the bandanas. I didn't like them the first time I did them. I brought them in and actually, showed them to Dallas. We talked about it a little bit. Took them back and redid them. They came out better the second time. But no amount of reading or preparing or meditating on the subject was going to get me to a point where I was going to do it perfectly. I was just going to have to sit down and start working some putty.
When you don't know what you're doing, it's best to do it quickly.
It's
Yeah.
almost like that first P means something.
Which, yeah, actually,
Or the second P, even more
Practice?
so. Practice. You got to
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then the third P as well. It's perseverance.
Just keep going.
yeah, the perseverance part is pushing through, is accepting that, sometimes your results aren't going to be exactly how they appear in your head or what you want. You just got to keep going on.
Going.
Chris is really curious, Dallas. He's saying, what the heck are you painting?
This is the wolf and sheep clothing for our mini crate subscription program. This is the special model you get if you become a VIP member.
So basically what that means is if you go to mini-crate.com, the first one ships out mid-October. The last chance to subscribe to make sure that you get either, this round's VIP mini or, the first one, which is the Swamp Siren. This is the DeWolf in sheep's clothing, which is an alternate sculpt for Gorman DeWolf. And if you get the VIP subscription, the 6-month subscription, you get this one for free as a bonus mini. And it also shows up for you in October. But the last day to subscribe for that is September 19th. So you've only got 5 days
And I
left.
still need to do it.
Oh, I did it as soon as the site went
I'm
live.
just lazy.
Because I know that we can go basically internally buy just the models, but I wanted the box, I wanted the card, I wanted the whole thing.
Do they come with special cards too? Yeah.
I believe so. I'm not 100% on that. So yes, Stefan, the Swamp Siren, which is based off the Swamp Horror, ships October, and right now the date that I have for shipping to begin is October 13th. And that should be pretty consistent throughout each month. So it should be about the 13th each month, unless it's a Saturday or Sunday.
And that Swamp Siren's super awesome looking, by the way.
Brian, I'm not 100% on the cards. I will be double checking later today. And when I make the updated post on Facebook and Twitter, reminding people that there's only 5 days left, I will say whether or not there's cards in there.
Somebody asked about what was the hardest color for me to paint. I missed that question.
Yeah, so for him it was yellow. Let me see if I can go back here, see who asked. That was Shannon Eddington. Dallas, what do you think is the hardest color to get right? For me, it has got to be the yellows.
It's all about... So with anything, sometimes it's just about finding the process. And yellow and white and black are like the 3 colors that are most commonly talked about as the trouble colors, the hard colors, right?
So would you say it would be worth doing a video series on
It
those?
would totally be worth doing a video series on those. If somebody made videos, that'd be great. Does anybody know anybody
Yeah, like
makes videos?
if somebody could
I'm
just make
drawing a
tutorial videos on YouTube where we could watch them forever,
For
that'd
free.
be really cool.
Wow.
It'd be best if they were for free.
Oh wait, we totally do that.
Oh yeah, that's the
Formula
other
P3
thing.
presents on Privateer Press Prime on YouTube.com. And some of the upcoming ones will be dealing with that very specific topic.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just a matter of like learning a process and then developing that process. So currently, I mean, I really just enjoy painting yellow. Like, if you bought the Signar command book, the Keller's lines are actually my force.
I absolutely bought that book.
So they're yellow, and I really enjoy painting white, and because I love painting Retribution, I think they're a lot of fun to paint. And I really like painting black, and I have a project coming up that I might be doing some black on. So
Couple of
it's just finding the philosophy and the technique and developing it. So
well, yeah.
eventually, nothing becomes a problem.
It's literally all 3 Ps.
It's
4 if you make sure to
literally-
have pancakes. Yeah, you have to practice, and I still struggle with yellow a little bit, like when I'm going for that really bright, like Cygnus yellow style. But I usually just I cheat. I paint up from like some kind of a white base and then a couple of extra thin
That's not
layers.
cheating.
Yeah.
There's no cheating in art.
But a couple of quick good questions about Mini Crate in general. So Rikers was asking if any of the models will not be usable on the tabletop. Right now, all of the mainline Mini Crate stuff is going to be stuff that you can play on the table. So it should
yeah.
either be alt scups. There's a chance there could be new models, but in any of the cases for the mainline Mini Crate, they'll be playable in War Machine Hordes. And then Stefan asked if we know if they ship from the U.S. or if they ship from Europe. If you're in Europe, I am ridiculously certain that they ship from the U.K. if you are over on that side of the pond.
I have no clue. That is something I do not know.
Beer Thralls asked how the PP band is coming along, and
We-
we're working on it.
We were practicing right before we started this podcast. We're trying out the acapella version right now. Sounds great, I think.
Nailed it. And then Matt was asking if we could do a video series on wolf fur and blending. Because wolves can come in some really wild combinations and patterns.
Or bear fur.
Or bear fur.
There is Patrick says holiday themed alts. There is one of
Just
those
about
already.
to bring that
Yeah.
up. There sure is.
There is one.
Yeah.
There's already one. There's one.
The Geist of Christmas yet to come. It's based off the Feral Geist. There's some rough concept art for it up
Feral-Geist.
on the Insider that Mike Ryan posted a couple days ago on privateerpress.com.
Get that Forgeist. He's super cool looking. All right, I'm going to take some pure Morrow white. I'm going to do like some very strategic
Anthony's asking about horses. I think that's a good idea too. That's always a topic I'd like to
Horses
see.
would be great.
There's
Yeah,
a
'cause
lot of
there's
variety in horses.
Lots of different colors of horses, and
That's like a million videos, guys.
luckily we have forever.
Till
We
the
have-
end of forever.
We have weeks upon weeks of forever.
I don't know if forever is true, but I get what you're saying.
Forever.
Painting videos all the way down.
Yep. And turtles.
Turtles. What are we talking about now?
Crack a book, dude.
See, this shadow got a little heavy, so I'm going to bring that back.
What are you bringing it back with?
Just a random mix.
Of like all your little whites.
Yeah,
You had your Menoth white base, your Merrill white, and you had something else in
I
there.
had some Beast Hide.
That's right.
Just a little random mix.
So Joris is demanding on the day of the apocalypse, demanding a painting video. Well, yeah, because if you can't like go out in the apocalypse painting some dope minis, what's the point?
What's the point of the apocalypse?
Live stream the apocalypse.
I will totally sit and paint a miniature while the apocalypse goes on around me.
Oh yeah,
What else are you gonna do?
yeah.
Nothing. I mean, what else? What else would I
Yeah.
have to do?
Wasn't that, at that point, you really should be searching yourself for the meaning in your life. And
I, mean,
And the answer is painting.
I could go looting,
But
I just
but
don't
then
have
you
that
don't
in
get
my
to keep
heart.
it, right?
Well, yeah. Like, what am I going to do with that? Yeah, I stole a TV.
Whereas if you create something, if you art something, then assuming there's some kind of life after the apocalypse, future people can look back on your works.
you can own a thing and then lose a thing, but if you create a thing and lose that thing, it was still created.
Damn.
Wow.
Tony just got deep.
That sounded deeper than I think it actually was. If we do playback on that sentence, perhaps didn't make actual sense.
You mean if we actually break it down philosophically, we're just going to scoff?
Yeah, no, I think it's. I think they're academics who are laughing at me right
We'll
now.
be like, Plato said it better.
Do 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 Rin flesh. There are, Nathan. Nathan asked, do you think there might be mini crate models that'll be something other than human size?
Yes.
There is one already.
Da-da-da-da-da.
There's the swamp siren,
Yep,
which is
which
based
is-
off the swamp horror. So
Which is
she's
a
a 40,
40. 40 or
no,
50?
50 millimeter.
50. It is 50. I was right the first time. Yep.
50 millimeter base. I need to send an email.
I got somebody I need to fire now. Beer Thrall says Gobber alts of all the things.
Yeah.
That is a distinct possibility. Like there's that how that could not be a possibility is beyond reason. So yes, I'm sure it's
Just a whole year. Just do a whole
Gobber
year.
alts of things.
It's just the next 12 mini crates are all alternate sculpts for gobbers.
Yeah, like that's kind of a no-brainer, but at the same time, like everything I've ever seen we made that has to do with gobbers is dope, and I kind of want all of them. So if we do make more gobber stuff and like gobber alts and things like that, I'll get all of them. And then just, hey, look, another Company of Iron group.
I cannot get enough Company of Iron groups. Like, I got so many ideas. Low Rin flash, 2-brush blend upon her face.
So Nathan had a good question. I haven't seen the sculpt yet. I don't know if you have for the Swamp Siren.
If something exists, I've seen it.
So 50 millimeter base. Is
Yep.
she just real big, or is there other stuff going on the base?
She's a monster.
Sweet. Gobber Doom Reaver. Shannon, you're my favorite person ever.
What? It can't be a gobber-sized sword though. It has to be the same size.
No, it has to be like a regular Doom Reaver sword, but a gobber's
regular
trying
just
to make it
fell
happen.
blade?
regular-sized fell blade.
You know, some swole, shirtless gobber trying real hard to swing that thing around.
I need some of this.
Now everyone's
Whoops.
losing their mind. Gobber Doom Reaver, oh my god!
Gobber Doom Reaver's pretty good.
I'm putting it on the list. It might not actually happen, but
Well, it needs a
I make the pledge to you that I am going to champion that sculpt.
It needs a name. It can't just be called Gobber Doom Reaver.
Like hell, it can't. Oh, I'm sure I can come up with a dope name for him.
All right, I'm going to paint her bottom lip with the highlight color of the skin.
Dude.
And then later on, I will add some red to that. Doomer McGoversome. We can do better.
Sounds like Jones got
Sizzle
one.
Pretty good.
skull splitter.
Sizzle skull splitter.
That's good.
Drew the Doom Reaper. Steve.
Kevin.
Ooh, Kevin. I like Kevin. It's just Kevin. God damn it, Kevin.
Do Gobbers have high squeaky voices?
They do in my head.
I mean, that's fair.
Kevin does. I don't know that they do though, because you see some of the Gobbers. What's his name? Just shut up, my head has the cigar.
Reinhold?
Reinhold.
Yeah. I don't know that he has a high squeaky voice. He's
Yeah.
probably got like some kind of like low Cockney accent kind of a thing going on, yeah. But Kevin is different.
Kevin is
Kevin's annoying.
what we
Yeah.
call special.
Kevin works for cheese. Dougie Hams just showed up to get his paint
Oh,
on.
what's up, Doug?
Hi, Doug. What are you sculpting today, buddy?
If you can talk about it.
If you, well, of course, yeah. Everybody wants to know what Doug is sculpting. If you can talk about what he's sculpting.
We're all friends here. Just spill it.
Then we can all get excited about painting it.
I'm actually painting something of Doug's right now. I mean, not this model, but at my desk, I'm actually painting something of Doug's.
Is that something you can talk about, or is that super secret?
Yeah, actually, I think I can. It's been solicited, hasn't it?
Ooh. Doug just spilled the beans.
What do you say?
Doug just spilled the beans. He says he's working on revisions of Axiara. He started the lock and load model for next year, and he just got art for a mini crate fiery sculpt that's coming up.
Ooh.
I think we might be able to guess what that is.
Is that one we were talking about earlier?
Based off the insider that was posted yesterday.
Based
or the
off
day
what I
before.
said earlier, too.
Yeah. I think there may be some ash involved.
Fire and ash.
It got real quiet. Like all conspiracy
We're all like,
quiet
"Whoa."
and stuff. Like, Lou.
There's a part of me that just like expected Schick to kick in the door, like,
Yeah.
you stop it right now!
I'd be like, "You're not the boss of me. You're not my real dad."
I do what I want.
He's totally the boss of me, though.
I do what I want as I pack my desk.
Right. But he's in a meeting right now, so we get away
Yeah.
scot free.
Yeah.
We got
know
a
where he's
sweet
at.
20 minutes before we get fired.
Speaking of which, it is actually 11 o'clock right now. So we
And?
might be able to go for a little bit longer.
Oh, look at this,
It's a
Tony.
special day.
Look,
3
look
minutes.
Look who just showed up. Tony Funkiller Konachek.
That's Brent's job. Don't put that on me.
No, Brent's the dream killer.
Dream killer. I'm the fun
Yeah.
killer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
You are the enemy of fun.
you actively, aggressively go after fun.
All right.
See, even that was like, all right.
Whatever, man. That's just like your opinion. So what do you think we have? What do you think we have left on the wolf here?
Man, she's close to done. I gotta do her armor. Ooh, mess up.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah. Whoops.
How dare you on this live stream?
Totally messed up. I got some black paint on her skin, on her little belly that I painted.
Yeah, it's an easy fix.
So, what do we have left on her? I got to paint her armor. I got to paint her glowy bits because she does have some little vials. Um,
Some crazy concoction chemicals,
yeah,
or is it just Mountain Dew?
I need to decide what color I actually want to paint.
The official drink of Iron Kingdom's alchemists everywhere.
Well, because it looks like everything else on their shelves
That sounds dangerous.
with that acidic green glow.
I'm kind of thinking about painting them like a magenta, like
Mhm,
not purple, like
Not Grimkin.
not Grimkin purple, but more of a magenta color. But I haven't really decided. I'll take votes.
Maybe she's just got beer in the bottles.
She's got some. Well, what
Like a
was-
nice amber.
What? Yeah. I'm not doing I'm not doing an IPA.
No.
I'm
Just
above
on
that.
just on principle.
Just principle. Yeah.
Just to annoy the hipsters.
There's nothing wrong with an IPA.
No, it's just that here in Seattle and down
They
in Portland
taste
and stuff like that,
delicious.
I like IPAs, but
I'm gonna
yeah,
go ahead and
they're
disagree,
kinda-
but
they're
that's
kinda hipster
cool.
bait right now. Orange glow.
You can like nasty things. It's cool.
Hey, I like Malort.
Horrible. Beer Thrall says no IPA because we have standards.
I agree.
Well, I don't agree with this sentiment at all.
I don't either. Well, but then again, like the only IPAs I like are like, at least in my opinion, like really good ones. Like I don't like a bunch of the ones that are typically on offer.
Hey, look, I'll editorialize on this for our last few minutes. Anything that tastes good is good, but there does seem to be a trend here in the Northwest about packing in as many hops as possible, which is fine. I like a nice hoppy beer. I like it when it pushes the limit, but there is still something you can't just add more of it and make it better. So if you,
You know
can
what?
actually craft something that tastes delicious, then I'm all for it.
This is going to be like the most biased thing I've ever said, right? Because there's no way for it to not be construed that way. However, the best beer I've had this year was the one we had at the Ram, the Voltaic Vixen. It was a Dunkelweizen.
It was
That
good.
was
Oh,
really
it was nice.
good.
It was like I was like, I'm not really into a lot of the dark beers. You know, like I don't. I'm
It
usually
didn't
keep
taste dark.
No, it didn't. And I'm usually like, keep your chocolate and stuff like that out of my beer, right? Like if I want chocolate, I'll have hot chocolate, or I'll have like mocha or something like that. Dude, this was delicious.
Yeah, it was crispy.
Oh man, it's almost
Well,
time.
it had
of the
like a
year
little
for
bit of
hot
banana
chocolate.
in there
I'm
and
gonna
stuff
make
too
some
to
hot
like kind of
chocolate.
like smooth it out. Like it was
I'm totally just
really
gonna have
good.
this conversation about hot chocolate over here by myself while you guys talk about beer because I'm so excited about the year. Like when it gets wintertime, you get the hot chocolate going on. It's so good.
With little marshmallows. Yeah, the little marshmallows, right?
I got excited about hot chocolate. Sorry.
Right, but you put little marshmallows in it, yeah.
Yes. Sometimes. Not always.
If it doesn't have little marshmallows in it, then it's just a cup of heated up chocolate. It's
Yeah.
not hot chocolate until you put marshmallows in it.
If you ask my children, I think you can just dispense with the hot chocolate part altogether and hand over a cup of marshmallows, and everybody's happy.
I just put them in chocolate milk.
Yeah, we don't need to.
But way more important, guess who else stopped in to say hi and get their paint on? Michael Archer.
Michael Archer, what's up?
What's up, boy?
I don't think I've seen him since the last time he showed up briefly at the paint jam.
Yeah, I'm actually missing him this morning. We were setting up for a new video shoot, doing a bunch of terrain on setting up his big Scorn desert board for some cool stuff. So yeah, nice job. Looks great.
So,
I need
in
to
these
look at
last
her
closing minutes
concept
before
art.
we sadly have to depart, does anyone have any closing questions for Dallas or any requests on future videos? Or cool ways to destroy a mini crate mold?
Or what color should I paint my glowy bits on it?
Well, I saw orange. That was the only suggestion I've seen so far.
Orange was the only suggestion.
So far.
I mean, I could do.
I may have
orange.
missed one, but I don't think so.
I mean, orange is totally doable. I feel like I need to look at the concept art.
looks like we have about 2 minutes.
Dos momentos.
Beer Thralls, I was not kidding. As far as the concept of a Gobber Doom Reaver alt sculpt, I am going to champion that. I can't guarantee it'll get made, but I want it to. Hot pink just got thrown out.
Oh, we
A
could do that.
chocolate glow from Joris. I'm not sure how to do
that's-
that. That's weird.
That's I don't think he understands how light works. Thanks, George.
right.
Love you, George.
Patrick, maybe for some kind of like crazy video, we can do one where we just watch Dallas's face the whole time he paints and then reveal the mini at the end.
Okay, that's weird.
It is very weird, but
I
I'm
mean,
all
if
for
that's
making
what
him
we're
uncomfortable,
into,
so,
we can
you know.
do it.
Anthony says an amber glow.
Which goes back to that conversation we were having.
It all comes back to beer.
Oh, that's 210. Let's try that again. There we go.
Questions, get them in. Brian asks, can Dallas paint blindfolded on a mystery mini?
I mean,
Yes.
he can. Yeah.
You ain't gonna learn a thing. This is looking all right.
Shannon, I like it. I like it. He said, all hail Spittle, the Doom Reaver of Scarsfell.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I
instead
like
of Sizzle,
spittle.
Yeah, I like Spittle.
I like that.
Spittle the Skullcracker. Done.
Spittle Skullcracker.
Go pitch it later today.
What if it's a Doom Reaver Gobber, but instead of wielding fell blades, he's wielding fell brushes?
No, like,
No,
as,
he's
as another one.
He's Spittle Skullcracker, the 2-brush blender.
Oh snap!
He's the official mascot of P3 Presents.
So instead of so he's got a giant brush, right?
Fag
Kinda
brush.
like,
He's got two
kinda
of
like
them.
Fag Rush, right?
He's got 2 of them.
Right, yeah, he's got the
Fell
2.
brushes.
Yeah, and so my original concept that was in my head, right, is because the Gobber's like real short, right?
Yeah.
So even if we make him real swole, he's still real short. So it's 3 Gobbers, right? And you've got Spittle's the top one, right? And then you've got James and Kevin, the others that are helping hold him up, right? And he's got the 2 fell brushes, and he's just throwing his head back and screaming,
To the heavens.
yeah, getting ready to 2-brush blend all over the place.
2-brush blend your soul.
And he's standing on a stack of pancakes, says Joris.
So you don't even need the other gobbers. You could just put him on a stack of pancakes.
Yeah, but pancakes are ambulatory. He'd be
Wait,
stationary.
pancakes are ambulatory?
Dude,
are
it's
not.
just the 3 Gobbers. Patience, practice, and perseverance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And with that, it is just about time to wrap it up.
Oh, have we ruined the day?
No, I think we left them all with hope for the future.
Hope.
Something to think about.
A little hope in your heart.
Ponder it. Let us know
Until
your thoughts next
time,
week.
Next Thursday?
Next Thursday.
Should we get together next Thursday?
We should.
Let's
We
do
should
it.
do this again.
We should.
I'll bring coffee.
I
Don't hold me to that.
brought my coffee every week.
All right, Dallas.
And then we all just stopped.
Yeah,
I know, right?
You
'Cause,
want to
well,
roll
we
us out
thought
of here?
Tony was going to end the fun.
I
and
don't-
kill
I
us.
don't do it.
All right.
This is
Until
Dallas'
next
show.
time, everybody, patience, practice, perseverance, and
Pancakes.
Pancakes.
I just imagine everybody saying it at their chair. It was
Okay.
awesome.
That's why
So-
me and Tony did it.
We keep
Yeah.
it silent the next time?
No. You
right.
and I get to still say it. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.